Here's a review of my trekking pole and my viewpoint about them. At first, I found trekking pole to be stupid. I will be honest, I was thinking like this is dumb, this is only for old people, you don't need that, and that's just, like added weight on your pack. But when I started to do 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, and started to have a heavy pack and so on, then I understood the point of it. The point of the trekking pole is to basically forward some weight onto them so that your knee and your feet are not taking everything. And that is extremely important because longer you walk, difficult condition. I was doing winter trekking, and if you don't have a walking stick, I was at one point was used to just cut a walking stick. When I found a tree, I just cut one, and and that was my walking stick for the weekend. You need something where you can basically stabilize yourself when you have a heavy pack. I will say overall, even with a light pack, this makes you much faster. Per statistic on my watch, when I calculate how fast I go about like 5 to 10% faster with trekking pole. This is my experience of it. After what kind of trekking pole you need, or do you need lightweight, do you need carbon fiber and so on, this depends mostly of your budget. I do not think that heavier trekking pole are bad, they are just heavier and they are just make you a bit more tired if you are doing very long distance. Though if you go for having like some from time to time day hike and so on, fine, just buy heavier trekking pole if that's you don't want to invest into it, but just have some trekking pole that will allow you to save your knees and save your foot. I got the Black Diamond Alpine Ergo trekking pole. I must say those are great. Those are not that cheap trekking pole, but they are great. They are made for winter use and they are made for alpine use. They are not necessarily made for summer, so don't buy those one if you're just planning to go hike on summer. The main point of those one is two things that I can see. First of all, the weight. One part is aluminum and one part is carbon fiber to save some weight. And basically, it's just very lightweight. In total, I think in total is about 500 gram. Anyway, it stays in your hand. It's not that you're gonna carry that in your backpack, but it's about 500 gram together. The main thing that make those trekking poles to be winter use is basically I got something that I can screw here, and it makes these bigger plate, we're gonna say, I don't know, you call that wider disc of plastic that will, when you put in the snow, it will actually give you more stability and avoid the trekking pole to go like all the way down if you go in powder snow. This part is in cork, which allow you to be more comfortable if you use it with your hand directly. The other part here, you have some plastic handles so that when you go climb like a hill, you put down a bit your trekking pole and you hold it by there to basically put it a bit higher. So that's pretty cool, and you have the form also of the handle that make it a bit more ergonomical. And to be honest, it's true. It's more pleasant to hold and push with it when you have this kind of handle which is slightly curved. The locking mechanism is a Black Diamond system. I don't know exactly, it's just locking very well. I have no problem, like as soon as it's fixed, I have no problem, it does not retract or whatever, and I have used them for quite some months and over winter. You just adjust your height of your trekking pole, you have some marking, and you just basically lock it on the marking. It's pretty smart how they did the marking, so you can actually, it's pretty fast. If at the beginning it was pulling back, then you have the screw that you can screw on in order to adjust it. Otherwise, I have fell on it, like I have hardly fell on it. They never fell on me, basically they never retracted because I fell with all my weight on it. So I really love them. They have been my trekking pole for this winter season, and I think they're gonna be many more seasons. Those poles exist also in Z folded, meaning like you put it out and you can fold it. I don't like that. Basically my main point with that is that the trekking pole is there to stabilize myself, but also in case of self-defense. a Z folded, if I throw it on animal, wild animal that's attacking or whatever, it's gonna basically just, you know, maybe unfold and like try to fold together back, you know, like that would be stupid. But that, I think, I know will basically stand sturdy, and I can basically use that to defend myself. Yeah, otherwise I love those trekking poles. They were a bit pricey, but I found like a good promotion. If you want to invest in such, just wait to have a bit of dropping of price or get like a good promotion. I honestly had a hard time to decide which trekking pole to use. So if you're ready to put some money onto some good trekking pole, I advise you those one. Somebody